Hi friends, I'm Sarah, and in this video, we're going to learn how to access and adjust some of the machine settings for our Skitch in the Artspira app. In the Artspira app, open up Machine Settings and select the Skitch. And right here, you can see a section that's labeled Machine Settings with a few different options underneath. The first one is embroidery foot height. We have two settings here, standard and high. The default is standard, but you can select high if you're embroidering a thicker material. If you'd like to make a change to these settings, select the change and press send to adjust the presser foot height on your Skitch. The next two settings are automatic thread cutter and thread trimming. Both of these settings can be toggled on and off. The default setting for automatic thread cutter and thread trimming is on, which means that the Skitch will trim any jump stitches longer than 5 millimeters and any threads at the end of color blocks. If you turn automatic thread cutter to off, the Skitch will still trim any jump stitches longer than 5 millimeters, but it will not cut threads at the end of color blocks. If you turn thread trimming off, then the Skitch will trim threads at the end of color blocks, but it will not trim any of the jump stitches. If you turn off automatic thread cutter and thread trimming, the Skitch will not cut any of the jump stitches or the threads at the end of color blocks. This might be a good option if you're completing a project that has a see-through fabric or is reversible, because there will be fewer knots on the back of the stitch out. And you would just trim those jump stitches or stitches at the end of the color block from the front of your project. Below the machine settings, you'll find two different app settings for initial trial and trial run. These can both be toggled on and off depending on your preference and whether you'd like in-app guidance or not. Now that we're a little more comfortable with some of the machine settings for our Skitch, join me in the next video where we'll learn how to properly wind and install a bobbin.